All right, some pretty huge football news. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just bought the XFL in a $15 million deal, and he plans on bringing it back to life. Now, he didn't just buy it alone. His ex-wife, who's also his business partner,
Danny Garcia.
You know her?
I feel like I do.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the most unbelievable situations ever, that you divorce your wife, she becomes your business partner, and then the two of you go on to have one of the most successful business partnerships ever. They've made a lot of money together. They still have a very amazingly close relationship.
Shouts to $7 Production. Yeah, that's their company, everything. Yeah, they're like the most mature adults ever, basically.
They're what, like everybody, when they say, oh, we're having an amicable divorce, we help them remain friends, and they've done it successfully. They're very close. They've made a lot of money together, and now they've partnered up with an investment group called Redbird Capital to buy the XFL for $15 million. Now, of course, the XFL relaunched in 2020. I remember it went on in 2001, had one season, but it fell apart. And then it went dormant for 19 years. And then it came back in 2020 and it was doing well at first. But then coronavirus came and the league shut down in March. They filed for bankruptcy, Chapter 11 bankruptcy in April. And now it seemed to be crumbling again. But The Rock is breathing life back into the XFL. He believes he can restart the league. He can get this thing going again. There's no timetable right now. But I think that there's already a plan. And here's my idea. You guys ready for this?
Yeah, what you got?
Ready.
I think The Rock realizes that the NFL could be in trouble. The story we just did about concerns from guys like Odell Beckham and all these people who are worried that the league might not happen. I think if The Rock buys the XFL and cuts the league down to like 6 teams, they could successfully operate out of a bubble environment, maybe even in Orlando like the NBA is doing, because it's impossible. The NFL is saying it's impossible to get everybody associated with the NFL, 32 teams, 54 men on a roster, coaches, all this other stuff. Impossible to bubble all those people. But if you're The Rock and you have 6 teams and you chop the rosters down to like 40, I think it's feasible to be able to do a bubble environment and maybe even get pro football going on again by the end of 2020. And there could be a major opportunity there if the NFL stumbles. Am I crazy for even throwing this out?
Yes.
Really?
Well, I wouldn't say you're crazy. I think that, first of all, anybody that's starting a league needs to know that they need to think bubble now. Like that needs to be the first thought process. So for you to say they're going to bubble up, that's not crazy, because I think anyone should be trying to bubble up. However, is it enough time to whip it together fast enough? I don't know if it is. I think it's amazing, though, that this league was facing bankruptcy. So I think it's amazing that they saved it from bankruptcy. I'm excited to see, Evan, I don't know if your theory is correct, but I'm excited to see what does happen with them.
Yeah, I don't know. Even with The Rock, and as amazing as he is, and it seems like he can just like move mountains and get stuff done, I don't know if in a matter of months they could get this whole league up and running again, find a bubble.
The infrastructure was there with the players. They had the players, they had the rule set, they had a TV deal going on. I mean, I don't think it would be that hard to kind of get all that going again, especially with the lack of other content because of the coronavirus. I think that a TV network would jump at the idea if a league...
Babcock, do you not smell what The Rock is cooking? What is going on here?
I support this. I think The Rock should play in the league. The Rock was a football player back in the day at the University of Miami. I think The Rock should play, and that would draw a lot of eyeballs. So that was my idea.
By the way, did you know that The Rock, when the XFL first kicked off in 2001, was a part of the festivities in Los Angeles and actually did this whole crazy performance to fire up the fans in 2001. Take a look.
After 6 long years, The Rock says, finally, professional football has come back to Los Angeles. And to everyone around who wants to tell us, the people, what we should have and what we shouldn't have, we respectfully tell you to take your bags, turn them sideways, and stick them straight up your candy asses. If you smell what the XFL is cooking.
So look, The Rock is passionate.
Oh, no, this was his destiny. Okay, never mind. Having solved that, This makes all the sense in the world. He believed in the product from the beginning. There's a story there. And when I say there's a story there, people like stories. And there's a story there now that he's bringing it back. He said, can you smell what the XFL is cooking? Come on.
I'm telling you, I think there's going to be an opportunity because if the NFL can't get going and running at top speed with all of their stars, I think there might be an opportunity for the XFL, but they got to move fast.
If you smell what the XFL is cooking.